2004, Albert Pujols was in just his 4th season with the St. Louis Cardinals.
And when he hits them, they stay hit.
But he was already well on his way to becoming one of the best players in Major League Baseball.
Driven right field. Pujols, a 5-hit, 3-homer game. Unbelievable.
Rookie of the Year in 2001, and already twice an All-Star, Albert was accumulating statistics that would destine him for the Hall of Fame.
He's just gone to the century mark.
How about Albert Pujols? He puts this crowd on their feet.
If there's anybody better in the game today, I have no idea who that would be.
But in spite of his impressive accomplishments, he was already thinking about how he could use his platform to give back to his community.
I had met Albert when he first came to town in 2001. He was being pulled in 50 different directions. Everybody wanted a piece of him, but very few people really wanted to know the person and who Albert was. Very few people knew that he had a daughter with Down syndrome. I mean, because every interview seemed to be all about home runs and RBIs. And I think there was a frustration that was starting to build as well on if everything I say is important and people are putting a microphone in my face, then shouldn't what I say be important?
People always talk about what kind of legacy you want to leave, and it's great to have a great career, but I don't want people to remember me as a baseball player, as a man that loved the Lord first, give everything to his family, and to serve others, and that's the mark that I want to leave on this earth.
I put together a proposal and said, hey, this is what you need to do because people don't know your faith. People don't know who you are. If you create a foundation, you put a stake in the ground that says, this is who I am, this is what I believe. They actually have to step over that now to talk about home runs and RBIs.
I think this was my word to hang on, let me take a year to think about it. And then here we go, fast forward a year later, 2005, and we gave birth to the Pujols Family Foundation.
On May 5th, 2005, 5505, the Pujols Family Foundation launched. The guiding principles, faith, family, and others. And the first area of focus was an obvious one for Albert, to serve the Down syndrome community in St. Louis.
For me, having a daughter with Down syndrome, Isabella, it was really easy for us to get involved.
I mean, the Down Syndrome Association at the time was an answering machine in a mom's home. The landscape of Down syndrome needed a boost.
I remember starting with 5 or 6 events and now doing close to 100 events, over 100 events.
We promote education, we promote experiences, socialization.
And it's amazing, the life that we have touched. Just see the joy in their face and their family. It's everything.
It was like winning the lottery. It really was. We've found a new community because Michael's been involved in things before, but never with everyone having Down syndrome.
For Anna, it's given her such a group of friends. And also, some of the activities are things that she would never get to do on her own.
Foundation is important to me because I love socializing with different people. I talk to them and people at martial arts.
It's such a blessing to everyone.
You don't know how much of a difference it's made in the lives of so many people.
It's just really inspiring. And I am on that, to be honest, because I'm about to cry.
The foundation's work with the Down syndrome community was already impacting thousands of lives. But Albert had another passion, one even closer to home. So in 2006, the Pujols Family Foundation began taking mission trips to the poorest regions of Albert's home country, the Dominican Republic.
Our mission at that time, it was focusing more on Down syndrome. But then as we were growing, we want to expand. And I think, for us, it was more about being obedient, knowing our call, knowing when God was open door.
And I remember him telling me the story he said, when I was a kid in the Dominican Republic, I remember promising myself, if I ever got off this island, I'll never forget where I came from. And he said, I want to do something in the Dominican. I want to serve in the Dominican. I think what we're probably best known for in the Dominican Republic is the medical mission trips. We bring doctors and dentists and optometrists, this little army of people that go into the bates, which are the slums of the Dominican Republic, and serve people that don't have access to adequate medical care. We have a baseball league that mentors boys in what it means to be a man. We want them to know about responsibility of your community, responsibility of your family, and those aren't things they're learning on the street. We also have a program called Building Hope, which a lot of executives from Edward Jones have sort of built this team of people that go down and help us build homes and help us provide the clean, safe, dry place for people to live and their children. So there's some really just amazing things right now that are happening on the Dominican side.
No hay palabras para nosotros describir el impacto que la Fundación Familia Pujols ha tenido aquí. Impacto en los niños, impacto en los hogares, impacto, podemos decir, en la comunidad en sentido general. Parece que fue ayer, pero ya son 20 años.
For 2 decades, the Pujols Family Foundation has been strengthening families through works, deeds, and examples. But with Albert retiring from baseball, what does that mean for the future of the foundation?
We're just 20 years into the story. This by no means is the end. This really is the beginning.
I think for us is taking it one day at a time and continue to be obedient and see what doors did the Lord really open. You know, we started it, and our goal is to hopefully some more our kids and our grandkids can continue that tradition.
The mission is timeless. There will always be a need for our services and programs. And that is one thing that I have to say that Albert has never, ever lost sight of, is the mission. This is why we're here. And this is what started us, and this is what will sustain us, is the work. Not him, not celebrity, not baseball, the work.
For 20 years, it's been faith, family, and others. And we're just getting started.